Now they're trying to roll out these digital IDs because they are implementing the New World Order. People are in denial. People are still working their jobs. They're still acting like nothing isn't happening, like life is still great. But in reality, as you're distracted with the Epstein files, your job, going to school, the new, what Cardi B having a baby and all this celebrity bullshit, they're rolling out digital IDs in the United Kingdom and making them mandatory in order to work a job. So this is what's coming next in America. United Kingdom usually get hit with shit before we do, right? And we get it last, but this is what's coming next. So people need to prepare and people need to not to conform. Don't right now. It's like, optional. It's not mandatory, right, for you to get the digital ID, but don't go and get it. Don't agree. Don't conform, right? This is what they want. They want to have you in fear so they can control you. They can't control you if you're operating out of love, if you're operating out of light, right? If you're operating out of purpose, if you're operating out of destiny, if you're operating out of truth, if you're operating out of originality, right? If you're operating from your pure intention and your pure self, that's not what they want. They want you operating out of fear so they can control you. So the only thing that would make you conform to getting the digital ID would be fear. Don't do it. This is a part of the one world money system, the one world order, right? What we have to realize is eventually we're going to have to completely remove ourselves from their false government, from their matrix, from their false rules, from all of this. And we're going to have to go into nature, right? We're going to need people who can fix up on buildings because a lot of people don't know, but there are laws in place where if they're empty lands, empty buildings that are not being inhabited, that you can go in there and you can fix up on this property, right? And it can be yours. This is what a lot of foreigners come to our country and do, but we're not utilizing it. We think we do something when we get a mortgage, but the word morgue is in mortgage. It's a death note. It's a trap to keep you trapped in the system, working at your job so you can pay your mortgage so you and your family won't be homeless. When in reality, you can take a fucking empty home and we can fix up on it, right? So we need people who have skills. We need plumbers, electricians, teachers, carpenters, right? We need people with skills. We need healers. We need doctors, right? This is what we will need in the new world. We will need people's skills because we're not utilizing AI. We're not utilizing robot. We're not utilizing the digital ID. We're saying fuck their system and creating ours. So right now it's the time, like, you can't ride the fence. You have to choose a side, right? You're either going to join their system, have a digital ID so you can still work your job and stay in your false level of comfort, or jump outside of your comfort zone and really be a part of your destiny and try something new and come together as a collective and create a village.
So we know that the food is poison. We know that the air is poison. We know they spraying shit in the air. We know they capturing humans. And we know that they drinking blood. We know that it's extraterrestrial reptilians, draconian reptilians that need blood to survive. We know that they put the truth in movies, music, games, and all type of art and media. We know that everything is manipulated. We know that anybody who create anything or invent anything gets killed. They end up missing. We know they're injecting people. We know that people who got their own land and farms, they burning houses and farmland up and forcing people to move and things of that nature. So thinking all of that, why bring a child into this earth to make them and force them to deal with this? A lot of people out here be having kids off of, oh, well, I feel like I look good and that person look good and we're going to have a cute baby. People not having babies off of this person loving that person anymore. People having kids off of the looks and the baby hairs and the good quality hair and shit. It's all a joke. It's all a fashion show. Chains and jewelry all on the little kids. They don't even know what the fuck that is. So all I'm saying is, if you don't have no land, if you don't know how to grow your own food, if you don't have the knowledge to teach your kids at home, know how to do home births and actually bring a life into this earth and really guide it and take care of that seed that you planted, like, they don't have to go look for a job. They don't have to do nothing. You got everything for them. Don't bring no kids into this earth. And more life to people who do got kids and things of that nature. But knowing that earth is really evil and that it has been corrupted into an evil place, bringing kids here is kind of like, I don't know. People should do a lot of thinking but if you don't have kids, do a lot of thinking. If you do have kids, I know y'all overly protective over them because of what the earth consists of. So it's just a thought.
So we just had the biggest solar flare that we ever experienced. This solar flare was an X1.9, which is an R3 and considered very strong. In fact, we haven't had a solar flare as strong since 2017. Due to the intensity of this corona mass ejection, there may be power outages and electromagnetic disturbances in certain areas. The National Atmospheric Oceanic Administration is indicating that this solar activity is very peculiar. And I made you aware that this is what's going to be the new norm. All right. And this is one of the reasons why they're currently trying to induce a polar vortex and utilize cloud seeding technology to freeze the planet. It's primarily because we're really approaching solar cycle 25. This is the time that the Hopis predicted. This is the time that the Dogon tribe spoke of. We're now approaching that time where we're entering what's called the fifth world, and this is attributed to us elevating in consciousness. This X1.9 flare is considered a very strong event, and some are linking it with the 3-eye atlas. All right, and in my opinion, I personally feel like that's code for basically our third eyes causing the sun to do what it's doing. All right, if you want to ask me, I personally believe because we have a symbiotic connection with the sun and we're children of the sun, because our third eyes are finally activating at last, we're actually having a reaction with the sun, causing the sun to spike, and all of these consistent Schumann resonance spikes, as well as the northern lights seen in various parts of the world. All right, this is all attributed to us elevating in consciousness. Now, again, one thing that they're going to try to tell us when we see the aurora borealis everywhere is to stay indoors. All right, and that this green Ethereum cosmic energy could be detrimental to you. And as I made you aware, it can be detrimental to those that have toxic metals and are eating processed, bioengineered, genetically modified food. All right, that's designed to override your genetic template. Once you begin to purge and cleanse the body, you're going to be able to completely co-polymerize with the plasma energy that's being emitted, because these are ionizing particles that are transforming us on a celestial level. I made you aware that our bodies are very closely related to plants, so it's important that we're using things like chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants its green pigment, and it contains an organic fat substance called mycelium, which wraps around unwanted materials such as toxic metals emitted from chemtrails, as well as microplastics, and remove them from the body to allow you to properly integrate with the sun. Chlorophyll also contains magnesium, which amplifies the D3 receptors to allow you to copolymerize and pull in more light photons from the sun. I do have the liquid chlorophyll available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. Another substance that I recommend utilizing to prepare yourself for these additional solar flares is tyrosine, due to the fact that it's the building block of melanin. Tyrosine amplifies dopaminergic neurons, which are responsible for the production of neuromelanin. And it does that by secreting neurotransmitters called norepinephrine, epinephrine, and dopamine. Those that are melanin deficient, I recommend consumption of tyrosine. Again, tyrosine is the building block of melanin and produces neurotransmitters which amplify dopaminergic neuron production. All right, and that leads to cognitive function and awareness, meaning that your brain processes a lot faster. Do have the tyrosine capsules available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. While we're on the topic of melanin, the base element for melanin is carbon, being 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons, which is the formula for melanin. This means that carbon-60 would be a phenomenal component to strengthen the melanin due to the fact that it's composed of pure carbon, aka shungite, condensed shungite. All right, carbon-60 strengthens the cell walls, it reverses the process of senescence, and promotes mitochondrial biogenesis on a cellular level. Do have the carbon-60 available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. These are the ways we properly prepare for plasma energy transformation. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
A story never told. You know, Dr. Sebi helped cure Magic Johnson, and he snaked him, bro.
Did Sebi heal Magic Johnson? So did he actually have it, from what you know, and did Sebi help him if he did in fact have it?
We was in Usha, and I was like, Sebi, you ever met Magic Johnson? Were you the one who healed him of HIV? And his whole face changed. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to get thrown out of Usha. He didn't say nothing for about maybe 2 minutes. So then he was like, his people reached out to me. I said, oh shit, he talking. And he's telling me, and I'm like, damn, my camera was, this one of the things I regret not recording, because I didn't want to cut his. He was like, his people reached out to me. I told them he needed to come to me. And he didn't want to come to me. he set up a hotel. He set up a hotel and made me go to the hotel, and I talked to him, and they talked. He told him what he needed to do, and it took him, I think it was like 4 to 6 months for him to get that. And Magic promised him that he was going to tell the world about him. That's why Dr. Sebi called him an Oreo. He was white on the inside and just black on the outside. And he was upset because he thought that was going to be his introduction.
Never heard that story.
Se eu falar, vocês não acreditam, né? Que a Arca de Noé tá aqui no Goiás, né? Legal que depois que o dilúvio abaixou, as águas baixou, tá baixando até hoje, ó. Tem até um pouco ali, ó, lá pra vocês verem, ó. A água tá baixando. A Arca parou aqui no Goiás. Ó. Aqui a parte de baixo, os animais já saiu tudo já, ó. Tem uns macaquinhos pendurados aqui, ó. Ó, as mesas do jantar. É grande. Vou mostrar pra vocês ali em cima ali, ó. Vocês não acreditou, né? Aham. Já viu aquela história que Deus é brasileiro? Aí, ó. Ainda a gente quase na Arca do Noé ainda. Deus é brasileiro e o Noé é goiano. Ah, o Noé é goiano. É, bichaiada. Hã? Tanto de bicho que foi salvo. Ó. Tem uns alimentando aqui ainda. Vai embora. Ó, tamanduá, é Goiás, né? Só esse leão que eles deixaram aqui no Goiás vai dar problema. Tem uns alimentando. Ó o Noé ali, ó. E aí, Noé, como é que você tá? Tá pilotando uma barcona ainda? Essa aqui deve ser a mulher dele. Ó. Então tá aqui. Você que tem dúvida aí, sabe? Ó, mas a Arca existiu mesmo? Onde é que foi que ela ficou? Depois que a água baixou. Ficou aqui no Goiás, ó. Exatamente aqui em Hidrolândia, né? Danado. Hey, hey, hey.
Yo, the TV can hack your brain.
On your televisions. This is why I don't have TVs in my house.
Okay, hold on.
I'm glad that he's saying.
Hold on a second. hold on. You ain't got a TV in the crib?
No.
So what?
Or at least not in my room. I don't have it in my room.
So tell me what you have. Hold on. Okay, you got a.
I watch everything on my laptop.
Okay.
Because I mean, again,
It'll screw your dreams up.
Yeah. So people not a lot of people do this.
Okay.
They go to sleep with the TV on. I cannot do that.
I have to.
See,
I have to.
No.
So
Man,
tell
that's
me,
true.
hold on, I'm learning something new.
Okay.
Tell me about this. This is new.
So there's a patent on your TV, on the technology, to where they can basically manipulate your nervous system with electromagnetic frequencies. Okay, you're an electromagnetic being.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a patent. Look this up. Everybody can pull this up on Google Patents. They're controlling you through your TVs. No bullshit.
Yep.
Okay, so hold on.
But I think people that fall asleep in the complete dark is fucking crazy.
I do that.
Do you think that this Stargate actually existed in Iraq? Did they find it? Or is this something somebody made up and put on social media? I mean, it could have existed. I don't know for sure. But it's really, really interesting. And I know there's a lot of stuff going around, but I'm thinking, did that really exist?
The elite have hunting safaris for humans. Watch this.
This is so disturbing. So disturbing. I don't know if many of you are seeing these articles that are coming out about Italy investigating what they're calling sniper safaris. You see pictures of rich people going to Africa to hunt lions and zebras and rhinos and giraffes and all of these different animals, and it's super messed up. Well, Italy is investigating that in the 1990s, wealthy people from the US, the UK, France, Germany, Italy, Russia were flying to Bosnia, an active war zone, specifically Sarajevo, a besieged city, an active war zone, to hunt human beings.
Lock them up.
Wealthy people were paying $90,000 and above to go hunt civilians for fun.
They need to be prosecuted.
And they were paying extra to hunt children. People flying from different countries to an active war zone to hunt human beings. Human children.
When you hear about stuff like this, it really makes you lose faith in humanity. But just remember, not all humans, most humans are not like this. No, seriously, everybody who participated in this needs to be brought to justice. Stuff like this is definitely still going on. Epstein Island was just the tip of the iceberg. Stay weird.
Would you believe me if I told you Antarctica is not an icy wasteland, but it's actually full of lush green land? And what if I told you Antarctica is one of the biggest cover-ups there ever was? Are y'all ready for this? Let's get into it. This is Richard E. Byrd, one of the best, if not the best, polar explorer and aviator there ever was. The reason he was the best is not only because of his talents, but because of his curiosity of the unknown and the lengths he would go to discover it. There was a theory going around during that time that there was an entrance to the middle of the earth in the South Pole. And Admiral Byrd is like, that's my cue. I'm gonna go figure it out. And so he did just that. When he did so, he found that deep within Antarctica, it's not just ice. It's lush Greenland. And he even reported seeing a shimmering rainbow city. There's a theory that that's where the Garden of Eden was, but that is a whole nother video. When he came back to America, he thought, oh my gosh, everybody needs to know this. I need to tell the world. Yeah, he shouldn't have, because things went south for him real fast. He went on television and told everybody what he saw. And let's just say that rubbed some people the wrong way. Before we get into what happened next, let's remember that he called this exploration Operation High Jump. Now, there's a theory that Antarctica is actually just a wall of ice trying to hide this lush Greenland from us so that we don't know the truth. The truth being that the behemoth, the giant land creature in the Bible that in Jewish tradition and apocryphal texts is said to emerge to fight the Leviathan in the end time, resides. I bet y'all didn't know that. Picture above that I'm using is the Great Ice Wall in Game of Thrones. And y'all know that everything they don't want us to know, they hide it in plain sight. I can't be the only one that thinks that that's kind of fishy. Anyway, back to Admiral Byrd. Shortly after he told the world of his discoveries in 1957, he was unalived in his sleep from a heart attack. That seems to be the common way to go for everybody that has things to say that rub some people the wrong way. And y'all know that's the easiest cop-out because it's easily disguised in an autopsy. Just a year after, NASA was made. Now, NASA was just a distraction to get us thinking that there's space above when really space is under the ocean because of the firmament. And y'all probably thinking, oh my gosh, everything's a distraction. Yeah, right. I'm about to blow your mind. In 1959, just 2.5 short years after Richard E. Byrd said that he discovered Greenland and rainbow cities in Antarctica, the Antarctica Treaty was signed, making it prohibited and illegal for self-exploration of Antarctica. Now, why would that happen? Why would they all of a sudden, just out of the blue, decide that they want to prohibit anyone from going to explore? Sounds like they got something to hide. Y'all tell me. As always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below if you want a part 2.
So in other news, while you guys were distracted with this whole 3-Eye Atlas thing and all the stuff that's happening throughout the world that really doesn't matter, right? The real world was taking place within our stomachs and primarily has to do with our food.
And now it's majority of our food. The United States government and the EPA,
which is the agency that's supposed to protect us from these big food corporations,
just approved forever chemicals.
And the crazy thing about it, you guys, this is the second approval in just 2 weeks. So they're giving this back-to-back green lights.
What the heck?
Bad news for the unemployed. While you were asleep, this is what the fuck happened. The EDA has approved for more chemicals, forever chemicals, to be sprayed on all fruits and vegetables, including potatoes and broccoli, which are the most used vegetables amongst us Americans. Mind you, these forever chemicals are not soluble or insoluble. So once they are ingested, ergo, they are inside of our bodies forever. If this isn't another form of this government trying to fuck us, I don't know what is. Because how does that get approved? I truly believe if you have a house or you have a plot of land that you can grow your own fruits and vegetables, this right now is the best time to start learning how to grow your own fruits and vegetables. That way we can get back to bartering. It's time to get back to the barter system because this government is trying to fuck us.
So apparently these forever chemicals, y'all, they don't break down at all whatsoever. Like, that's crazy. Y'all, like, who thinks of these things for real, y'all? Who? Like, you gotta hate people. You gotta be against nature, right? You gotta be against nature to think of something like this. Like, nature must not like you. Like, nature must not really like you for real.
So not only was 90% of the supermarket fabricated and engineered,
the rest of the 10% that people thought were safe to consume is now being coated
with a chemical that's going to cause problems internally forever. It's going to cause forever type of health issues.
Do you guys see the problem over here?
Tell me that's not intentional. Tell me that's not intentional.
But yeah, y'all, this is crazy, y'all.
All of distractions going on here, but
Y'all don't know about this. But did y'all know? Let me know down in the comments below, y'all.
Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
Guys, be careful, guys, okay? Peace and love.
When you think you've seen it all, you ain't seen nothing yet. There is a chapel in Florence, and it may just show what was hiding in certain knights' armor. Did you know that certain knights was never seen without their armor? They would even sleep in it, and you would never hear them speak. And when it came to the females, they would have no direct contact. They would get the female to put teardrops into a handkerchief and have it given to them indirectly. What kind of freaky thing is this? They would also get their fellow soldiers to pour water into their armor all throughout the day. What kind of reptilian thing is this? Now let's be realistic. What kind of human could wear this night and day? It's not even practical. How could he even see, let alone fight? To wear this helmet, your eyes would need to be in your forehead. Who remembers Earthworm Jim? I think they was trying to tell us something. And I think they was trying to tell us something in Game of Thrones, because that guy was no longer human. I mean, just look. To wear this armor, your eyes need to be lower than your nose, your arms need to be lanky, and you need to have crow's foot. Sometimes we just can't spell it all out, but you got to read the signs.
Organic food labels is scam, so you don't read the ingredients.
Fucking scam. Organic is the biggest scam known to man. And you guys got to look at the labels, because when you look at, because a lot of these organic products, when you look at them, they say natural flavors. Anytime you see natural flavor, I've gotten so good at detecting their tricks that the very first thing I do, I look for natural flavors. All right, if there's natural flavors, put it down, because
what does that even mean?
I mean, isn't flavor? What do you mean? What the fuck is natural flavor?
It's either natural or it's not. How do you get natural flavors out of something? It's either natural carrots or carrot flavored.
Yeah, they're being deceptive.
So natural flavors, yeah, that's the thing. Because every time, yeah, like when you go shopping or if we go to the market or whatever, reading labels, you're like, oh, no, this is bullshit. Yeah, put that away.
I'm like quick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always tell people to get the app Yuka as well.
Today I would like to discuss the hive mind. Now, first and foremost, what is the hive mind? Now, the hive mind can be viewed as collective intelligence, but it also can be seen as conformity. It's basically when an individual agrees with an organization or a number of people, all right? For example, following what your job says, all right? Or following what an organization says, following what your school says, or following what your religion says. This is all attributed or associated with a hive mind mentality. Now, the hive mind is linked with the insect portion of the brain, which is the second circuit of the brain, which is located in the medulla oblongata. And when you think of the hive mind, picture bees or ants and how they function or work as a cohesive unit. The beings that hijacked and manipulated this realm thoroughly understood our power to tap into the hive mind collective, because initially we were telepathic. And this is one of the reasons why it's called the government. They understand our power, so they know they want to control it. Government means to control your mental. Government means to control, and mean mental. All right, so that's the objective, because they know that initially, without all of the mind forgetful agents, without all of the chemtrails, the lead, the cadmium, the mercury, the atrazine, the glyphosate, which distorts the pineal, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland, we would have the ability of fully tapping into a collective intelligence and overthrowing the powers that be. When people tend to mention the nefarious extraterrestrial factions that hijack this realm, you hear them talk about the Greys and the reptilians, but they tend to leave out the mantids. The mantids are just as destructive, if not more. All right, they're an insectoid race of beings from the planet Kepler 44-2b, and they work in conjunction with the Greys, the reptilians, and the custodians, and they're actually the ones that's responsible for the negative hive mind agenda. All right, by way of parasites. The purpose of parasites is to hijack your neurophysiology. They travel from your colon to your heart to your brain through a process called cysticercosis. All right, and over 75% of the people in the world have a brain-eating parasite referred to as Toxoplasma gondii. And this is why there's so many NPCs or non-playable characters in a Matrix illusion. And this is something you could thank the mantis or insectoids for. This is why I stress the importance of a parasite cleanse. The 3 best ingredients that not only kill parasites but also eradicate their eggs is sweet wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves. Remember, a parasite's primary objective is to hijack the host. A few signs that you may need a parasite cleanse is acid reflux, grinding of the teeth at night, gas, headaches, consistent allergies. Thinning of the hair follicle is a sign that you may need a parasite cleanse. Chewing of the fingernails could be a sign that you may need a parasite cleanse. Sugar cravings, all right? Parasites tend to send neurological signals to crave refined sugar. This is a sign that you need a parasite cleanse. And this is just to name a few. Now, there's 3 categories of parasites. You have protozoa, which are very small microparasites. You have helminths, which are macroparasites. These are your hookworms, your pinworms, and your tapeworms. And then you have ectoparasites, which exist on the surface of the skin. The main objective of the parasite when it comes in contact with us anatomically is to take control. All right, it's to hijack us neurologically. Our objective also is to reproduce as much as possible. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of different breeds of parasites. All right, and they're so crafty, in fact, a parasite that's in one person's body can actually send a neurological signal to a parasite in another person's body to make them interact in order to breed new parasites. They're also very intelligent and actually know when you're trying to exterminate them or use a parasite cleanse. They're sentient intellectual beings. They're actually extraterrestrial in origin. All right, they hide behind toxic metals whenever you try to use a parasite cleanse. They'll hide behind the lead, the cadmium, the mercury, and the aluminum that's typically placed in our irrigation systems or emitted from the chemtrails that's sprayed over our head. They'll hide in those metals. This is why whenever you do a parasite cleanse, you also want to utilize like a binding agent, such as an activated charcoal, a zeolite, or even chlorophyll, because it's an organic detoxification mechanism. Visit Holistic Remedies and get your parasite cleanse and detox. This parasite cleanse is composed of sweet wormwood, black walnut, and whole cloves. Now, the black walnut actually is one of the most effective ingredients in the parasite cleanse because it actually contains a chemical substance called eugenol, which dissolves the nucleic shell and allows the other ingredients to pretty much full on attack the parasite. All right, and I also have the liquid version, which is fast acting. Detox 19 is a great binding agent that I recommend utilizing in conjunction with the parasite cleanse. Remember, the parasites are very intelligent and they tend to hide behind the toxic metals like the lead, the cadmium, the mercury, and the aluminum. The Detox 19 not only will remove the heavy metals in your blood, but it also will remove the microplastics as well as combat any deceptive nanotechnology. Following these steps and properly cleansing yourself, this is how you begin to fight the nefarious hive mind agenda. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
Family, I have some very unfortunate news. It has been reported that Victor Bowman, aka Dr. Sebi's son, and a great friend of mine, has been captured and detained by ICE agents in a detention facility in Texas. Victor made a phone call from the detention center expressing how ill they were treating him, and also the unfortunate fate of his friend that he was with was assaulted, violated by the inmates in the detention facility.
Hey, hello everybody, this is your brother Victor Bowman, Dr. Sebi's son. So African friend got sexual assault. I got violated, by somebody here inside the jail. I tell anybody that can help me, I'm in immigration jail here in McAllen, Texas. Peace and love.
This is very sad, unfortunate, and very shocking. I personally know Victor. I've actually interviewed Victor. I've hosted events for Victor. I've seen the work that he has done in the community. He has helped millions, just like his father, Dr. Sebi. Even though there's been past controversies, this brother really goes out for the community and truly is a passionate person for what he believes in when it comes to health and wellness, when it comes to reaching out to communities, when it comes to education and knowledge given to the people. Do not want history to repeat itself. Some of you may not know or do know what happened to Dr. Sebi, the Honorable Dr. Sebi, when he was in captivity. Do not want the same fate to happen towards his son. So I'm asking you all from the community and all over, share this video so we can bring more awareness to what is happening to our dear brother Victor Bowman. Come together and fight back and bring our brother Victor Bowman home. Share this video for more awareness. I'm going to keep you all updated on the whole situation itself. Let's bring our brother Victor home. Blessings to you all, man.
So check it. I know y'all seen what happened in New York City last week, right? Now we're seeing the same thing happen in Dearborn, Michigan. The situation with the people from the Middle East taking over America and basically trying to force everyone else to join along with them, or we have to face their consequences in our country. If y'all don't remember, Trump literally came out with a list to consider who are terrorists in America earlier this year. And what we're seeing that they are doing, they are literally doing terroristic acts in America. So we all should know what that's going to lead to. But the thing is, people don't see the bigger picture, in which I've been trying to prove for years now, is that we've already taken over. For a majority of our lives, we've been prisoners of war. At least the real American people, because we are not even citizens. All the citizens is other nations that's here in America. They are all technically an immigrant. So essentially, what happened in the past, like I just mentioned, they already took over America. So Trump has literally broken the United States corporation in half. Basically, it does not exist anymore, meaning the United States do not have control over American land. And guess who knows? The Middle Eastern people, because like I always told y'all, that they know more about the truth than any of us do. They know who the black Americans are. They know that we are the real Egyptians. They know that we are the Christ. They know that we are the ones manifesting this reality. Therefore, they have to take over this land to make us manifest their reality. And this is the whole point of me coming out and telling y'all the truth about what's really happening behind the scenes. Because obviously media is flipping and turning everything so you don't know what the fuck is going on. So yeah, basically America is free again. Because as I said earlier, we seen Guantanamo Bay, you know what I mean? I already told y'all they putting all the judges, lawyers, law enforcement, all the corruption in there. They're not putting the people in there. They're putting the corrupt elite inside of those prisons. When we had Doge that cut all their funding so they can't continue doing the bullshit they've been doing our whole lives. We all seen what Trump been doing since he got into office. And of course, they've been seeing it too. So during this whole time, everything's getting broken down. They was creating a secondary plan, which is what they're doing now. A second takeover. But it won't work if enough of us is awake to the truth. And I personally believe there is enough people awake that's not going to allow this shit to happen. But the sleeping people will manifest this in their new reality. And this is why y'all have to do your own research while it's still available for everyone to see online. Read all the real laws and the policies. And know that there's a difference of the law system versus the policy system in which we call the legal system. Real Americans follow the law, while the citizen has to follow the policies. And what they're doing is creating their own policy for their citizens. And again, we are not citizens, the real black Americans. So I hope y'all picked up what I put down and y'all starting to see what's happening that I've been told y'all a long time ago in order. But we already know the end because I told y'all that too. If not, check the videos. Anyways, y'all know how I keep it. Y'all be gods. Hey.
Pay attention. I told you that most of them pretend to be human, but as the frequency rise, it's getting harder for them to hide their true image. Look closely at his eyes. The eyes are typically the window to the soul and the first to glitch. This is called liquid crystallization. Alright? Most of the celebrities, most of your entertainers, most of the media are actually extraterrestrial biological entities, referred to as Draco-reptilians or Aldebarians. Okay? They typically use cloaking technology to bend light photons that change their shape. Look at the liquid crystallization in Justin Bieber's eyes. Pay attention. Y'all see that? As the sun increases in frequency, it's going to get even more intense. You're going to see a lot more of these beings glitching. Look at his eyes. Contrary to what you may have been told in religious texts, Extraterrestrial biological entities actually do exist, and most of our world leaders, politicians, and celebrities are composed of reptilian, humanoid, extraterrestrial biological entities, also known as Aldebarans, all right? And these beings are from the Alpha Draconis star constellation. This constellation is also known as the Dragon or Thuban, and it's a circumpolar constellation that is located in the northern sky. These beings are primarily said to be disagreeable with a tyrannical mindset. They actually conquered the Lyran planet known as Avalon when they entered through the nebula in order to ascertain Lush and utilize that planet for a mining facility for Lush. And this is the same thing they have done to this planet as well, the planet Tiamat. Although there's duality in all things and there's beings that can be malevolent as well as benevolent, most of these beings tend to have an agenda to overthrow the law of one. And for those that don't know what the law of one is, this is associated with unity consciousness and the embodiment of the heart chakra resonance, all right? This was orchestrated by the founder collectives as well as Ra, all right? Beings such as the Anuhazi and the Syrian High Council embody the law of one. And malevolent extraterrestrials such as the Aldebarans, the Greys, the Mantids, as well as the Custodians embody the law of self, all right? Basically, they're about separation and causing division. Now, these beings can be right next to you and you won't even know it if you're not tapped in, all right? As we raise in frequency, you will be able to see liquid crystallization and can tell they're glitching. You might be shopping at a place like Walmart or out in public and actually see a person's eyes slip. Or you may see liquid crystallization. You may see their bioholographic projection system malfunction, all right? But there's a few ways that they blend themselves in with society, all right? And one of the ways is by consumption of blood. When they consume blood, they can hold their humanoid form longer. Another way is by way of the bioholographic projection technology. And another way is oftentimes they also wear skin suits as well. This is also why they spray the skies with chemtrails to contain mind-forgetful agents, cosmic family. Their objective is to distort our vision as much as possible. They use neurotoxins like fluoride in the toothpaste as well as in our irrigation systems for us to shower and drink. This is because the pineal gland is the eye of God as well as the seat of the soul. Herbs like Bacopa minori will decalcify and activate your pineal gland. It's a Ayurvedic herb that they used in ancient times to enhance things like meditation. All right, and it's actually named after the Hindu deity Brahma, which is the deity of creation and universal consciousness. Using Bacopa literally will blow your pineal gland wide open. I do have the Bacopa traditional herb capsules available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. You shouldn't be brushing your teeth with any toothpaste that contains fluoride. Fluoride is a known neurotoxin that has adverse effects in the pineal gland, and most are unaware that Hitler actually used it in concentration camps in Nazi Germany, and fluoride is also used in rat poison. I have a bamboo charcoal toothpaste available on Holistic Remedies that's completely fluoride free. Ayurvedic herbs like Haritaki are also great for pineal gland activation. Haritaki is one of the first herbs that actually set me on a course to things like lucid dreaming as well as astral projection and outer body experiences. I typically would take 2 to 3 capsules before bedtime, and I noticed that my dreams would be completely off the hook. I do have the Haritaki Third Eye Awakening capsules available on Holistic Remedies, link in bio. Remember, one of the main reasons that these beings poison us is to lower our frequency to keep us in the root chakra, all right? The more we elevate in frequency, rising in human frequency actually causes these reptilians to glitch out, all right? So we got to keep elevating our frequency, continue to cleanse yourself, utilize things like chlorophyll to get the toxic metals out of your body, continue to purge yourself of all parasites, all right? Parasites also alter your neurophysiology. They send deceptive signals to your brain and make you crave more of the same low frequency food, all right? If you want to remove the processed bioengineered food, if you want to give up fast food and all of the things that pretty much keep you obese or lethargic, then you have to do a parasite cleanse. This is very important. The parasite cleanse and detox that I have available on Holistic Remedies is composed of sweet wormwood, black walnut, whole cloves, and a list of other ingredients that not only kill parasites, but also eradicate their eggs. Listen, properly cleansing and purging yourself not only raises your frequency, but it also helps to raise the frequency of the planet. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
Y'all thought that sun was playing, huh? Y'all thought that sun was playing, huh?
You know the war in the heavens that they speak of, the silent war? You know that's the war against the sun, right? What you see those planes doing up there?
But that's a topic for another day. Did you guys hear about the 6,000 planes that got grounded?
Because the sun was popping off at the mouth yesterday. Did y'all hear about that? Not because of weather, not because of technical issues,
but it's because the sun popped off so hard that it disrupted their whole navigation system. Now they're saying in order for these planes to fly again, they must update their systems, but they also said that some of these planes will never see the air again. What do they mean by that?
Emma, do we have a sense of just how serious this is? Well, it's thought that possibly as many as 6,000 aircraft, Airbus 320 planes, so these A320s, have been affected. This software issue means that a software update is required. And as a precautionary action, these aircraft will be grounded until that is done. Now, it's believed to relate to an incident which occurred on October the 30th involving a JetBlue flight from Cancun in Mexico to Newark in New Jersey. There was a sharp loss of altitude. Several people were hurt. And that incident has been analysed. And this is what has been found, that there was an intense solar radiation incident which may have corrupted data critical to the functioning of flight control. So the fact is, they clearly don't want to take any chances. Now, the UK Civil Aviation Authority has warned that it's likely there will be disruption and cancellation of flights over the coming days. In a statement, they've said the requirement will mean the airlines flying these aircraft will, in some cases, have to change software over the days ahead or remain on the ground from Sunday onwards until the software has been changed. Only some UK airlines are affected. This action is likely to mean that, unfortunately, there may be some disruption and cancellations to flights. So passengers being warned that they should get in touch with their airline to see if their flight has been affected.
See, the sun has been the real reason why these flights have been grounded the past couple of months. It's not because of air traffic control, y'all. Imagine what the sun is doing right now.
The lady said intense solar radiation. I know y'all be feeling that sun touching y'all skin right now. I feel good, don't it?
But the fact of the matter is, I said at one point in time, 3D technology is going to start to fail from this solar radiation that's on the planet right now. This is causing everything to vibrate a lot faster. This is why time is speeding up. The physical reality is dismantling, y'all. She says 6,000 airplanes have been affected by this, and there's more to come. This is only the beginning. Remember what they told us to leave the world behind when the planes will started falling out of the sky? And we have been seeing this the past couple of years, haven't we, y'all? I'm just letting y'all know, y'all. The shift is here. The fact that they still letting planes fly right now, y'all, is beyond me. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's get it, y'all. Peace in. So no one's talking about the fact that China and Japan aren't just dealing with low birth rates, but the animals are literally taking over, y'all. Y'all see that? The bear just flicked that windshield wiper and that thing broke in like 7 places. Look at this. Look at that, y'all. The bears in Japan are not playing, y'all. Day in or day out, as long as they see the people, it is on site. Look at that. Y'all notice how bears look like big ass dogs? Look like a big ass Rottweiler, don't it? Look at the face. Look at that. The bear attacks have been so rampant that they're letting the civilians go out and actually hunt the bears. And you coming from America, they're actually telling you not to go there because you may get attacked.
Get this, the U.S. has issued a travel advisory for Japan following a string of deadly bear attacks. The country has reported more than a dozen deaths so far this year. NBC News correspondent Marquise Francis has warned the countrywide effort to try and protect residents and tourists.
A grisly warning to tourists in Japan as the country deals with a surge in bear attacks. According to Japan's public broadcasting network, a record 220 people have been injured since April. Officials say at least 13 people killed, 7 of those deaths in October alone, as the animals prepare for hibernation.
Bear population has increased dramatically in Japan. I mean, there are now, I believe, over 40,000 Asiatic black bears throughout Japan.
Bears have been spotted in populated areas across the northern part of the country, including inside this supermarket and outside a nursery school.
As that population increases, combined with the population of people increasing and going into these habitats, you're going to have these conflicts.
The US, the UK, and China all issuing travel advisories to their citizens, with the bears also spotted in places frequented by travelers. A bear cub killed by authorities after breaking into a hot spring resort in the Iwate prefecture. In the airport, they are briefly forced to ground flights after this sighting on the runway. In Japan's historic Shirakawa village, visitors carrying bear bells and warning signs posted everywhere after a tourist from Spain was attacked at the UNESCO-listed site.
This is historical village, as you know, so we actually asking tourists to actually do not litter anything, like pick up all the trash and take it. Other thing is that we actually going to hunt the bear.
Bear deterrence now a top priority for Japan. Armed with bear spray and shields, troops from the country's self-defense force are helping capture the animals. Hunting drones that emit barking sounds deployed over an area in central Japan's Haida City. And in September, Japan amended a wildlife law to allow emergency hunting by civilians. And while the bear's hibernation season is right around the corner, officials in Japan say it's a risk they cannot ignore.
We are not gonna let that things happen again.
Because when regions lose people, nature just doesn't vanish. Nature actually advances. These bears and these wolves, they're moving in like this is about to be their new kingdom because they don't sense a threat anymore. And this is exactly what I thought. You know, those Chinese ghost cities, those were actually buffer cities for the animals. Now, with everything that's changing right now, right? What if the animals is just reclaiming back the land and now they're trying to keep the animals out? Because again, this is their land. But yeah, y'all see that? UK, China, and Japan. The shift is here, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.